What is up, Apex Wiffle Ball? This is the commish back at it again with another top 10 players of the 2022 season video. We previously had numbers 10 and 9 the last couple days. Now let's just get right into it with number 8. The number 8 player in the league for 2022 was We Use Pine Tar's Shane Volpez. Now, Shane did not have too good of a season up at the plate, but he had a very exceptional season with just pitching, and he played very solid in the field as well. So let's get into some stats. We'll start off with hitting, even though this was the weak part of his game. He played in 8 games, went 5 for 23 up at the plate with 26 plate appearances. He only drew 3 walks, and he only had 5 hits in those appearances, which was actually 14th in the league in hits. And that was equivalent to a 217 average and a 308 on base percentage. Not really the best, putting the ball in play.
That'll be a chopper to first. Ground out, but gets the RBI.
With getting hits. But he did have 2 home runs, which 2 home runs is tied for 5th in the league. And he had 9 RBIs, which is actually tied for 6th. So when he did produce hits, he was driving in RBIs. He had, I think, a couple RBI ground outs even, just moving runners. So, but let's get into the best part of his game, which is his pitching. He made 3 pitching appearances, and all 3 of them were starts. All 3 of them, he went the distance. And in his first appearance, he actually had a complete game shutout no-hitter. Set the tone for his season, and he had a perfect 3-0 record. Not a lot of people in this league, let alone this past season, got a win in every appearance they were in. So that was definitely exceptional. And he only had 9 innings of work to deal with, which, by the way, his 9 innings of work is actually 7th in innings thrown out of the 10 pitchers we considered for the Cy Young voting. So he actually did give up 6 runs, but only 3 of them were earned, which gave me 1.00 ERA, mainly because in Wiffle Ball, the formula for ERA is different. It's divided by 3 because the game itself is 3 innings and not 9. But his 1.00 ERA was 4th in the league in ERA, and his 21 strikeouts were 7th in the league in strikeouts. Yet again, mainly because he only did have the 3 appearances, since Ryan Watson really took over as the ace and pitched in both playoff games and pitched an extra regular season game. Shane only gave up 6 hits, which was actually the 3rd least in the league. And he gave up 9 walks, which is tied for 4th least in the league. And he had a solid 1.667 whip, which was 4th in the league. I mean, Shane was absolutely phenomenal on the mound. I mean, that's as good as it gets. There definitely was better, obviously, since he did come in 3rd for Cy Young voting. But if that's 3rd, then that just really shows how much this league has really developed great pitchers. Shane also played really good in the field. When he wasn't pitching, he was over there at first base, and he had 5 putouts and 1 assist. The 1 assist was from the mound, and I am pretty sure I believe 4 out of 5 putouts were from first base. 1 of them was from the mound, which was a top 10 play, the number 10 play, actually. So that makes his fielding percentage a .857 fielding percentage, the 11th best in the league. He did have very, very solid fielding, only making 1 error the whole season. At this point, we're just going to talk about why he's number 8 and not any higher and not any lower. He definitely pitched way better than Lincoln Hogan. He played the field better than both Lincoln and Matthew. But the thing is, Shane had very exceptional pitching, but his hitting wasn't good. to where Shane definitely deserved to be in the top 10, but couldn't really go any higher because we had players who just performed better on both sides of the ball, and even guys who performed way better on offense. And I do take, even though pitching is nice, I do take offense into accountability because the only way you can score is through offense. But nonetheless, yet again, Shane's pitching was so exceptional that we had no choice but to put him in the top 10. And he was a very solid number 8. So he had an amazing season. We used Punter had an amazing season. And I think that'll be all for the number 8. Tune in tomorrow to see who is number 7.